It appears that he has from what this court hears, a fairly lengthy record. He has been convicted. He's been convicted twice of various gun offenses. He has a pending gun charge in this case.
I would ask the court to set a reasonable bond. From where I stand, I would suggest maybe around $10,000 with any conditions that the court deems appropriate. This really ought to be Mr. Price standing in front of you asking for bond for misdemeanor. Your Honor, additionally, I'll point out a couple things about his past. He does suffer from PTSD. He was shot one time.
The defendant is prohibited from owning firearms due to a conviction for a crime of violence. After being placed under arrest, officers were removing the defendant's jewelry to give to his brother at the defendant's request when a scuffle ensued between Rock Hill PD officers and the brother. The defendant started a fight with the officers that were with him. The defendant punched Officer Soto in the face and actively resisted being handcuffed. Special Agent Duggar, who was helping at the scene, had his thumb caught in the cuffs he was attempting to place on the defendant and ultimately broke his thumb during the scuffle. To finally get the defendant under control after using pain compliance, the defendant was placed in Officer Cundy's patrol vehicle and taken to Rock Hill Law Center. During his time in the back seat, the defendant pulled at least 2 baggies of crack from his pants and attempted to hide them in the back seat where the seatbelt comes up through the plastic seating.
Since bond was initially denied, and given that, as well as the fact that he didn't have a lawyer, he was certainly entitled to his bond hearing. And again, I feel like bond should have been set.
Yeah,
PJ, can you talk about the federal system? And you mentioned in open court that you have some kind of information or inkling that the United States Attorney may investigate or indict Ricky Price in this case. Would that mean that these state charges are held in abeyance until the federal system works its way, and that's why you're upset about it?
In my experience, yes. When the feds indicate to the state that they're likely to take the case, then basically the state charges are held in abeyance until that happens. And in my prior experience, sometimes cases going federal can take in excess of 6 months, sometimes a lot longer than that. And that was before COVID, so I can't imagine that it would be any quicker now and probably a lot slower.
Can you talk about Mr. Price's injury?